Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to what is going to fuel the next probably couple months of NIKKE content on this channel. This is all of the stuff for all of TT Stars. I'm just doing obviously one song today, but it's just like, God, there's already like 6. There's probably gonna be like fucking 10 or something. I don't know how long this like EP that came out with this is, not to mention all the other music. I've been playing this event, but I've also been doing like the rhythm game section, but on mute, which is a lot harder than playing it with music because I knew I would be doing these videos and I didn't want to spoil myself. So like, I've got the polls and everything that are the rewards for that, but I haven't heard the song. So here we are, and I'm going to be listening to this one today. So without further ado, let's go. I also haven't watched any of these like little vignettes. I skipped everything. I heard that the story was kind of spoilery, so I haven't done any of the story stuff. Like, I knew this was gonna be like K-pop flavored. That was pretty obvious, but ooh, double time there. I always love this kick pattern. You know what? I'm loving how they're staying true to like the NIKKE sound, you know? I mean, obviously it's like it's a NIKKE song, right?
You know that I'm the only one can replace me. Melting down the iceberg, sweet and spicy. So get in line, don't be late. I need check it out that I go with you. You're so into me, babe. 24/7 I'm in the spotlight.
I really love this. Like, I've been pretty quiet, but that's because I'm jamming. Like, I'm really wondering how the others are gonna sound with this one like this. Like, are they all gonna be following the same vibe, or are they gonna be completely different? It has little things in it that that are just like personal favorite things in K-pop. But it's also not like trying to be like super modern K-pop, you know, like the sound that we all know now. Which again, I kind of like. I didn't think I would like that as much. Like, when I started realizing what was going down there, I was like, I don't know, am I gonna like this? But I like that it stayed consistent. I'm actually surprised that it did too. Okay, so for this one, I don't want to start with the music theory stuff. Not because I'm not gonna tell you guys how to play the song, but mostly because I want to share my overall thoughts of this direction. Because I, like I said, kind of warmed up to it. At first, I wasn't so sure, and I did warm into the sound, but I think it's because I myself have fallen into the trap of what modern K-pop sounds like, but also that doesn't feel like it would fit in this world really, like the same way. Like, if you have a character theme that's not like in universe, right? Like, that's something that's kind of out of the spectrum of the actual world itself. For a sound that would belong in this world, I don't know if like the modern K-pop approach is the right way to do it. So I'm kind of glad they didn't do that. But at the same time, I feel like what Cosmo was doing with this song ended up being almost a little bit too safe and a little too familiar. So I'm kind of on the border of this one. I don't hate it by any means, like a solid 7. It's pretty decent. But as far as the vibe they're going for, nailed it. The sound and direction they're probably trying to get with the whole K-pop aesthetic, I'm not entirely convinced with this one. It's closer to like bubblegum J-pop in a way, which may not be the wrong thing to think, but it also is a different sort of sound. So not knowing what to expect with like how NieN works in like her musical brain, like I haven't seen any part of her personality like that up until this event. So I'm like, and then again, I skipped the story. So I'm probably missing a little bit of like context for the sound of what this world wants musically. And like, I don't know, it's interesting to like be in this seat, not being sure what they're trying to go for, because again, it's well produced and I feel like it fits the world well, and that's why I liked the blend that they were going for with the whole, this is Cosmograph sound, it is the NIKKE sound, it's what you expect out of this soundtrack. But when I saw that it was like a K-pop inspired thing, I immediately thought it was going to sound like something else, and I was expecting it to be a little bit more like a modern K-pop song, probably more akin to stuff like what Zenless Zone Zero has put out for a few of their characters. And it's like, okay, but that's not what they're going for here, and that's cool. Don't get me wrong, again, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just the moment of, okay, like I have to figure out what's happening here. And then once I settled into that and I realized the characters and like their dynamics were working out really well, like they were following kind of the usual and expected formula for a girl group in general, which is you got to have like individual personalities that are very exaggerated for the characters. So like NieN is the center, right? She is the girl everybody can self-impose upon, right? Like that's her personality. The cheery one, the one that everyone likes to, not the mom of the group, but the one that like is the glue of everybody, that's NieN. And then we have, I think, Mint. I'm not real sure about these characters' names. I think Mint is like the beauty of the group, and she's the one that like everyone fawns over and gets all the modeling deals, that whole personality. Her thing is to be beautiful, and she's doing that in the song, and her personality is shining through that way. And then we have, I want to say Prika. I'm not sure, and I skipped all the stories, so like I'm not fresh on the names. I'm pretty sure that's it. She's the rapper, right? Like that's a personality trait that is a character theming in these girl groups, as I'm sure a lot of you know. So it's just like you have this personality. She's like the more punky one, the kind of against the grain one, not entirely like to the point of like a delinquent style or status. It's just a matter of she is the one handling that aggressive tone, while also when the fuck did she get so curvy? I swear I've seen the art of her in the game. I don't think she had all that on the bottom half. Just throwing that out there. They probably did that for the model for some reason. Maybe it was just accentuated, but where the fuck did those hips come from? Anyway, unrelated entirely, the song. Having this song blend the expectations of this world's music and then kind of borrowing aspects from our expectations of that is the right way to do this. It just wasn't my expectation of it going in. I thought they were going to be a lot more stereotypical about it. And while I said the whole thing with the character traits and everything, sure, that's a part of it, but it's like, that's not the point of this, right? The point is something completely different that I don't know because I haven't played the story, so I can't tell you. But there's definitely got to be more to this than just the generic story you would be expecting, like out of an anime covering an idol group. It's not quite the same thing. Probably a lot of similar story beats, don't get me wrong, but there's always more with how NIKKE handles their stories. So I think that's shining through in the music as well. That like bubblier sound kind of is that essence shining through. And again, very well produced. A lot of fun things in how they were handling the rhythm. I do love that ba 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 ba. It's just my favorite thing, that triplet kick. Ooh, you know, like, of course I'm gonna love that. I'm the rhythm guy. But like, there's a bunch of things in this mix that are really good, and again, kind of following the standards of what pop is doing right now and keeping certain aspects of their voice very like leveled with other synths in there, like matching things up that way and blending things together that way to create this very specific sort of compressed sound that sounds very overproduced in a good way, but also isn't so organic that you're not getting the feel of it being a produced pop song. That is definitely a mixing essence that Cosmograph obviously has down, has had plenty of time and years of experience to know how to approach and do it well. And in addition to doing all that well, imprinting his own sound with it. Like that's a different level of complexity that a lot of people, a lot of producers would forget to do or miss out on. So either he had a lot of people's input or he's just straight up that good and knew exactly what he wanted to do to blend all this together. Again, he's done this kind of thing before, just not specifically from my experience, this sort of a genre blend. It's a little bit more specific and a little bit more careful with how he's placing things and what he's going for. Again, it's kind of safe in that way, but there's an aspect of that I feel like is almost lore relevant. Like you have to go for this sound. And I like that, but it's also just still throwing me off that it isn't what I expected, which was frankly kind of the K-pop demon huntersification of all of K-pop sound. It's just what happens. And while that's a good sound in and of itself, it's still an expectation that has been drawn out of me as a longtime K-pop fan now, going on probably almost a decade. I've been listening to K-pop stuff on a regular basis, a little over a decade since I've discovered it. Like 2010, 2011 is when I first dipped my toes in there. So I've been around a minute. I've heard a lot of K-pop and I love a lot of K-pop. So just hearing this wasn't fully my expectation, but it is a welcome change of pace. Okay, now for the music theory stuff, of course, and I'm going to show you how to play the song in the easy way, just so you can figure this out. It's a K-pop song, right? It is going to be a few chords structuring the entirety of it. Not really much going on in any of the breaks. If there is, it's just like one chord kind of staying steady, especially for those rap sections. So there's not like too much complexity going on. That's a factor of that K-poppy pop sound in general. You stick with a couple of chords, usually 4, maybe 5. If you have an accent in there, it's kind of whether or not you want to have it. Point aside, this is an easy song to play. Okay, so the easy way to play this is C minor, B flat minor, A flat, G major. And that, again, is the very watered-down version of it. It's way more simplified than the song actually is, but those are the core chords that make up this song. What Cosmo actually put in there, though, was like stuff like this E flat that kind of acts as a connector between the B flat minor and going down to that A flat. So like there's moments like that, but it's not just that makes this one a pain in the ass. Because for me, as much as I love sevenths, they can be hell to play if you don't have like the finger stretched down, and I'm not really there yet. So what's actually happening here is basically everything is in a seventh. So C minor seventh, and then B flat minor seventh, and then we would go up to this E flat seventh. And honestly, if you were to take this chord progression and mess around with it, I would say skip out on that seventh and just stick with the triad for the E flat, because it is just a connector chord. It doesn't really need to have the seventh, at least in my opinion. And the next chord after it is an absolute pain in the ass, which is, for me at least, the A flat major seventh, which is a beautiful chord and is one of the hooks of this song. But it is such a pain to get there, especially from where you just came from off of that B flat minor seventh. So if you're not like a savant or extremely well trained at piano and practiced at it, that sort of a stretch is going to be awkward to be able to transition between. That's why I struggle with it. And of course, from there, we have the G major seventh, which is probably one of the easiest ones to play. You skip a note each. There you go. Beautiful. It's not really that complex, but the reason that this is hard to play is because of all those sevenths in there. It's just a lot of finger gymnastics. You can get certain ones down, but then like jumping up to this and then getting your hand over to that, like, again, for me, it's such a challenge to like figure out where my fingers are gonna go. That is a pain. Not to mention, you'd probably be doing this on your left as well, which is just beyond me right now. My left is not that good, especially on piano. So that's a whole different level of skill. But that's kind of the whole song. Again, if you want to just do the simple version of it, it's pretty easy to play, but you would probably want to include that E flat up there, so. And I would leave that 7th on the G just because it's a great connector back up to that C minor either way. So like if you were to skip out anything, that would be it. Maybe jump up to that E flat, come down, and then just land on all of these so you have that good connector back up to the C minor. It's again, whatever you want to do. There's so many ways to play these chords too. There's inversions and everything. We're not going to be getting into all that. The 7ths are a pain enough. If you want to be able to expand upon that and do whatever you want to do, great, have fun. That's the point of music. Have a good time doing it, messing around with it. But that's pretty much all I have to say on this one. I know that this music theory section was mostly just me talking about how hard it is to play 7ths for certain people, but it's kind of all the song is. It's pretty stripped down, like I mentioned. That is definitely a K-pop thing to do, very stylistically accurate and totally worth it for this flavor of song. But the bubblegum qualities of it just kind of lean into that too. Like there's so much other information happening at the same time that you don't really notice that it's just those few chords, because the rest of the song is carrying itself just fine. It's supporting itself very, very well, and Cosmo did a really good job with this song. Even though I was a little bit skeptical at first, he pulled it out and made it feel like it belongs in the world. And that's really got to be the goal for when you're doing stuff like this. You don't want to create another thing that's just another K-pop song. You want to give it more of an identity, and I believe that he totally succeeded with that, so it's a pretty good song in my opinion. But I'm done yapping about it for now, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you have another song from this event or anything else that you want me to get to, by all means, drop in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!